The galaxy had already decided humanity was weak. To the Kreth Dominion, humans were soft, fragile creatures bound to one planet, driven by emotion instead of logic. Their technology was decent, but nothing compared to the ancient empires that ruled the stars. To the Valorians, humanity was reckless, too curious, too bold. A species that poked at things it didn't understand and somehow survived anyway. And to the countless other civilizations watching from a distance, humans were irrelevant. Until the day Earth burned. It began without warning. No declaration of war. No diplomacy. No negotiation. Just fire. Massive Kreth warships tore through Earth's orbital defenses like paper. Cities lit up under orbital bombardments, oceans boiled, and satellites fell from the sky like dying stars. Humanity had always imagined first contact would bring wonder. Instead, it brought extinction. "Evacuation protocols are failing," shouted Commander Reyes, gripping the edge of the console aboard the orbital station Aegis 7. "Ground communications are down across 3 continents," another officer reported. "We're losing everything." Reyes closed her eyes for a moment. Then she opened them again, calm, focused. "Then we stop trying to save everything," she said quietly. "We save what we can." Humanity didn't win that day. They survived it. Barely. Billions were lost. Earth was scarred beyond recognition. The Kreth didn't even stay to occupy the ruins, they left, convinced the job was done. To them, humanity was already dead. They were wrong. 5 years later. Deep in the shadows of a forgotten asteroid belt, something moved. Not a fleet. Not an empire. A swarm. Thousands of ships, patched together, mismatched, unpredictable. Former cargo vessels turned into gunships. Mining rigs repurposed as weapons platforms. Civilian transports reinforced with armor made from scrap. It wasn't elegant. It wasn't efficient. But it was human. "We shouldn't exist," muttered Engineer Malik, wiping grease from his hands as he stared at the growing fleet. "Yeah," replied Captain Reyes, now older, harder. "But we do. And that's their first mistake." Humanity had learned something the galaxy never expected. They learned to adapt. Every loss became a lesson. Every failure became a blueprint. The Kreth relied on precision, discipline, and overwhelming force. Humans relied on something far more dangerous. Unpredictability. When the first Kreth patrol encountered the human fleet, they didn't even recognize it as a threat. "These vessels, they're irregular," the Kreth commander noted. "Disorganized. Primitive. Shall we eliminate them?" A pause. Then a cold, confident answer. "Yes. It will take only minutes." It didn't. The battle was chaos. Human ships didn't follow formation. They scattered, regrouped, attacked from impossible angles. Some ships rammed directly into Kreth vessels, detonating improvised warheads at point-blank range. Others hacked enemy systems mid-battle. A mining ship, once used to break apart asteroids, latched onto a Kreth cruiser and tore through its hull like paper. "This is illogical," the Kreth commander shouted. "No," whispered his second officer, watching another human ship sacrifice itself to save 3 others. "It's something else." Humanity didn't fight like a civilization. They fought like survivors. Within hours, the Kreth patrol was gone. Destroyed. Not a single human ship returned intact. But they didn't need to. Because they had won. News spread fast across the galaxy. The extinct species had struck back. And they hadn't just survived. They had adapted. The Valorians watched in silence as reports came in. "They shouldn't be capable of this," one of their elders said. "They are evolving too quickly." "No," another corrected. "They always could. We just didn't understand them." Humanity didn't stop. They couldn't. Because survival wasn't enough anymore. Now. It was about revenge. Years passed. The scattered human fleets grew stronger, smarter, more dangerous. They studied alien technology, reverse engineered everything they could, combined it with their own chaotic ingenuity. They didn't build perfect weapons. They built effective ones. Then, one day, they came. Not as survivors. Not as refugees. But as a force. The Kreth homeworld had never been attacked in over 1,000 years. Its defenses were considered impenetrable. Its fleets unmatched. Its dominance unquestioned. Until the humans arrived. They came out of nowhere, a Kreth officer shouted. "They're ships, there are too many." "That's impossible," the High Commander replied. "We would have detected." His words cut off as the first explosions lit up the skies above their capital. Human ships dropped from hyperspace in waves. No formation. No pattern. Just overwhelming, relentless assault. "They're targeting our defense grid. Shut it down." "We can't, they've already breached." For the first time in centuries, the Kreth felt fear. On the bridge of the lead human ship, Captain Reyes stood silently, watching the battle unfold. "This is it," Malik said beside her. "After everything, this is where it ends." Reyes shook her head. "No," she said. "This is where it begins." Humanity didn't come to destroy the Kreth. They came to send a message. The attack was precise in its chaos. They crippled military targets. Disabled fleets. Shut down planetary defenses. But they didn't wipe out the population. They didn't glass the planet. They didn't become monsters. Because that wasn't who they were. When the battle ended, the Kreth stood broken. Not destroyed. But humbled. A single transmission was sent across all frequencies. A human voice. Clear. Steady. Unyielding. "You tried to erase us," Reyes said. "You thought we were weak. You thought we were finished." A pause. Then. "But humanity doesn't end. We endure. We adapt. And when we fall." Her voice hardened. "We rise stronger." Across the galaxy, civilizations listened in silence. Because now they understood. Humanity wasn't the strongest species. Or the smartest. Or the most advanced. They were something far more dangerous. They were the species that refused to die. And in a galaxy that had forgotten struggle. That made them unstoppable. The end.